Yes, we are awaiting the May CPI, and 1% on the headline number, up 1%. That's definitely hotter than the 0.75% we were looking for. The high water mark there was up 1.2 in March, so we're close. And that 1.2 was a 17-year high going back to 2005. Strip out the all-important food and energy, it's still hotter than expectations, up 0.6%. It equals our look in last month. And to put a face on it, the high water mark here was all the way back in April of last year, up 0.9. That was a 4-decade high. But remember, both these are hotter than expected. Year over year, these are the Moneyball numbers. Year over year headline, 8.6. 8.6, a new cycle high, usurping March, which was 8.5. That was the highest since 1981. Now, 8.6 continues to be the highest since 81 because the comp there is 8.9 to 11.8%. And if we look at year over year core, also hotter than expectations, up 6%, following 6.2%. High water mark there, 6.5, and that was in March, and that was the highest since 1982. But remember, even at 6%, coming down from the high water mark of 6.5, that standalone is still the highest since 1982. So these are super stubborn numbers. And our panel, our esteemed panel, has lots of brain power there, and they go in lots of categories, Joe, as to why inflation's here, the all of the above mentioned. I will say that out of all the above, energy, energy, energy. And, you know, there's so many comments here about, oh, the administration can only do so much. You know what? We all said that about the Fed. And then there's this thing called forward guidance. So the Fed gets the market to do things long before it takes action by telling them what's in their head, what lies down the road. What was the forward guidance with this administration on energy? We know the answer. Maybe they can't get things to happen faster, but by giving positive forward guidance, by not closing pipelines, by not talking pre-election about how much they don't like fossil fuel, maybe things would have turned out a bit different. Joe? Back to you.
We're going to get right to our panel, but I don't think we've talked to Mike yet. I know I'm taking a risk going from Santelli to Santoli, even for me to get it right. But, Mike, the reaction in the market has been swift, stock market.
Well, you nailed it on the name. Yeah, it has. Now, look, as I said earlier, we were bracing for something that had the potential to be an unfriendly number, and we got it. Just for context, you know, the S&P 500, we were about 100% below yesterday's close, was the closing low. It seems like the market wants to test that range. I guess you'd have to say the peak inflation number, it remains plausible, the peak inflation notion, but maybe not persuasive. It's very difficult. And if you think back, May 2022 was when the math was supposed to start working in your favor on the annual number, because May 2021 was actually kind of a hot CPI. So that clearly is not the case. And it basically just means, you know, the Fed sees zero opening to lighten up on its rhetoric and on its plans for half-point increases in the next few months.